Look at this big orange block. It needs a lot of stuff, it needs some decorations, and it needs a lot of the stuff that we don't have. So today's video, we're going to be doing extra work trying to figure out some of our auxiliary resource nodes, such as our quartz, our cadmium, and our sulfur. Let's get into it. So we are in an area that you guys probably have never seen. This is kind of like just our really super basic steel setup, just to kind of get us rolling on some of this stuff. We do have full chests of both the pipes and the steel beams, just to kind of get us covered for some of the basic building stuff that we need. But this needs kind of upgraded. It needs a whole facelift. So that's what we're going to do for the next part of this video. This is only a minor Mark 1, and we brought some handy-dandy power shards to really get a lot out of this place. So we're going to start by throwing down our minor Mark 2 right here. We're going to grab that crate in a second. Actually, let me just solve this problem before we get too far ahead. Let's take this out of here. Take this off, and we'll grab this bad boy. Get rid of you. And now we can throw our Mark 2 down. Like it never even happened. First try. This is what you guys come for. It's not for the jokes or the crappy quality of videos. It's for me fumbling around. So let's throw this on here. And the last thing we're going to do is throw this bad boy all the way up to 600. Okay, that's a lot more than I expected it to be. I guess we're going to set it to 270. I don't think we need all these then. We don't even need that much. We just need one. And I don't know what 270 comes out to. It's like 113%, 112%. There we go. Now we're using the max line. And then the next part that what is going on here? All right, don't worry about that. So the next thing that we need to do is get this automated up to 270 per minute, which means we're going to need more coal. On top of that, we got a new recipe here that's going to help us out. Okay, so my inventory is absolutely packed full of shit, and I can't just start deleting stuff because I'm in boxes everywhere. So we're going to let this kind of run itself out of the ores and kind of process all this down the sink and give this a minute. While we're waiting on this, though, we got to do some cave exploring. If you've been following the series, you know what I'm about to be going into. Apparently, I don't even know where I'm going into. I'm going the wrong way. We're going to be going into this cave right here, and all the creepy crawly spiders are going to be coming out of here and freaking me out. I'm like actually going insane. It's been like 20 minutes, and I cannot find the entrance to this cave. I don't know what the hell's going on. I know it's here. It's massive. You can just walk right into. There's a bunch of spiders on. I've walked from here to the corner of that like 4 times. I cannot find where this thing is at. I am so stupid. I covered it up. I don't know why I did it, but I did it. And that would exactly explain why I wouldn't be able to find this thing. All right, let's get back to the adventure here. We're gonna grab this power slug, and we're gonna go down here with all the spiders, and I'm gonna cry like a little girl. Really quick update on the channel. What you're looking at right now is all the work that I've been doing kind of behind the scenes. I have recorded like 4 or 5 different videos, and I've been doing a lot of stuff over here by our coal plant. And as you can see, this has turned into a massive project that I'm trying to kind of release in like a little mini series once I get it completed, and I have all the videos that I can kind of edit through and put different stuff in. That's the idea that I'm going for. It's kind of taking me a little bit of time. So if you want to see this build and you want to kind of continue to watch this channel, make sure you subscribe down below. And I apologize for the fever dream that you're about to endure. And if you have any sort of better sense of what to do with your time, I encourage you to look away. Either way, enjoy the video. You know, I think I'm going to be just fine. As long as I know there's none of the big ones. I can deal with the little guys that are like all over me. That's fine. As long as like the big jumpy one doesn't freak out and start coming after me, should be okay. There's like 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's like 7 of them. Holy shit! Okay, let's get rid of you. All right, keep working on it. Deep breaths. Let's try to breathe through it. Come on, buddy. So when they're running in a straight line, it's not that bad. It's when they start to run side to side that it all gets all chaotic and stupid. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Okay. All right. My skin's crawling. I'm uncomfortable. Ah! Get back here! Did it just try to jump? The little ones could jump now? Oh, it's a summer sloop.
rivers ripples through our temples, our veins nearly touch. It is shy, notes shall be taken and played.
From a certain perspective, your brain looks like it is processing language, but there is no auditory data. If you are hearing voices that are not mine, this is no cause for concern. It is a common side
Okay.
effect of extreme pressure and
Yeah,
stress.
no, it's probably the spiders. And in all honesty, that would make a lot of sense. The spiders are stressing me out so much that I'm hearing an alien language asking me if I'm shy. Yeah, okay. Okay, we found our crystal. We just got like a little bit of a cleanup gang going. Oh my god! There was like 2 of them, and then there was like 4 all of a sudden. Okay, come on. Okay, all right. Okay, we got rid of all those guys. We're good. Now I need to go a little bit further because I can see that SAM node up there, which is really what I want to grab. You know, it's nice when they get stuck. Why? There's more of them. Oh my god! How many do I have to kill? They really gotta add like a flamethrower or something to this game, man. I'm at 17. I haven't even went that far into this place. Okay, well, we're here. There is some stuff we need to grab like that up there, but we got this SAM stuff, so I'm gonna start mining this, and I'm gonna see what sort of bad stuff happens to me. Okay, it's talking to me already. Just grab some of this.
The strange alien matter, colloquially known as SAM, seems to be in its dormant crystalline state, meaning it won't break down your body into its base atomic components on touch. This living matter is extremely versatile and has countless applications. Research it in the SAM to establish locally appropriate classification and application, as well as a secure method of awakening.
Okay, let's we got that in there. Let's throw this in the SAM and see what it's gonna tell us about this. And I'm really hoping we can actually use some of this stuff. Like, I'm hoping it's not behind like a manufacturer or something already.
Strange alien matter analysis completed. Dormant crystalline SAM can now be found with the resource scanner. In its dormant state, it is safe to handle without special equipment and can be stored indefinitely. Research for enabling the reanimation of dormant SAM is now available.
Fill the rivers with blood and let the effigies defile our temples. The sun will follow.
Okay, the fill in the rivers with the blood part is the part that I'm getting hung up on. I'm... Okay, dude, I'm not down to clown with whatever is going on here. So this looks like it just takes SAM, which means we can actually get it fairly early on. And this is just steel stuff, so this looks like it's not too far out of the way in terms of what we need to be doing. Now that we got that, we're gonna put down a constructor here where they talk and kind of figure out what's
SAM
what here.
reanimation recipe unlocked. SAM can now be safely awakened, provided it is contained. Meaning, if not contained in special electromagnetic storage, it tends to start breaking atomic bonds of any matter it has physical contact with, and reconstructing it into easily transportable resources.
Scripture and blood compose harmony. Follow our hallowed temple halls and listen to the echoes of your ripples. Our bones are more beautiful than yours.
Oh, dude, what is it gonna be about? Like, why did it turn into like a horror game? Like, it was fine, and then now it's just like, oh, our bones are better than yours. That's a fucking weird way to draw the line. That's all I'm saying. But this is actually fairly easy to make, which is really nice. It does take 120 per minute just to make 30 of these. So with a normal node on a Mark II, I believe it's 120 under overclocked? Or, yes, it's 120 not overclocked. So that's not great, but that means that we can run one of these. So off this node without overclocking, we can get 30 of these. And depending on how important they are, we're probably going to do a little bit more. So it's going to take me a second to kind of process through some of this. I'm going to mine a bunch of this real quick and unlock the next step, and then I'll cut to that. Okay, let's throw this in there. Now this has 3 parts, so there's a chance that this may be like a manufacturer deal, which would not be solid for me.
SAM fluctuator recipe unlocked. The fluctuator can mimic unique communication through patterns of electric frequencies to instruct reanimated SAM to perform specific tasks or give specific restrictions, such as matter to energy conversion. It can also function as matter memory, reading the exact composition and state of a collection of matter in one location, breaking it down, and near instantly reconstructing it in another location, which has incredible potential for smart storage.
Your threads shift solid to fluid to a tapestry, matter and matter and matter and mind and melody.
Okay, that's a lot of information. And the thing is really starting to creep me out, but we can actually start to see some of this. Now, I don't know if you're checking in the background there, but that crafting recipe does require 3 of these, which means that this is a manufacturer recipe. The good news is, steel is exactly where this is going, and copper is exactly where this is going. We do end up using a lot of this copper for the stators, I want to say. That's what mixed with steel to get the stuff, but if we get one of those like pure copper recipes, we can multiply the steel there on top of actually overclocking the crap out of it. So we should be able to pull almost like 1,500 copper per minute off that one ore eventually, especially once we get to the manufacturers and start unlocking the refineries and stuff like that. So in the meantime, though, we are going to kind of just get some of this going so we can handcraft our way to getting some of this cooler stuff, like the dimensional deport, and then this stuff I don't know if we're gonna mess with because it requires like 100 of it, which is like an absolute lot. So I think we're gonna get a couple of these set up. We're gonna mainly move off of this for a minute though and try to get some of this crystal going so I can get some of that stuff unlocked, get my wonderful blade runners, and start to kind of solve some of the stuff with this episode. Okay, the next part of this journey is going to not be fun. We're going to process this stuff outside of this building, which means we have this pure node, that pure node, and then another one, which is going to come out to almost on a Mark II. If that one's pure as well, it's going to come out to 720 per minute. On top of the SAM ore that's right here, that's also going to be another 240 on top of that. So I don't know numbers. 960, I believe, is what it is. So that is quite a bit of stuff to kind of do with the truck. Also, with this cave being the way that it is, it's very, very rocky, and I'm worried about the truck getting stuck. That's just a normal one, which is still an egregious amount. I'm worried about the truck getting stuck, so that means that we're going to actually build a little bit of a road. The sun's coming up in here, even though you can't see the sunlight, which is kind of strange. Okay. So we're going to build a big, long road. Let me jump over to that way. Okay, so we gathered all the stuff that we're going to need here, and now it's time to throw down some minor Mark IIs. The only problem with this is we're going to belt these all the way out of here, and we got a little kind of cheatsy way to organize it a little bit once you get these thrown down, but it's still going to be a total process to get all this stuff out of here. I'm not going to process this in here because that sounds like a total nightmare. The good news is we've got a lot of really good crystal stuff coming. And on top of that, we got SAM ore now that we're not going to mess with for a little while, but we have it. And that's the important part. Okay, if we had a blueprint thing, this would be like way faster to do, but we don't. So we're going to have to kind of make do. Basically, what we're going to do is every so often, like right up here, we're going to place another foundation. We're going to put 4 conveyor poles like this. And it's not going to make it perfect. It's still going to have a lot of kind of wonk to it. But at the very least, it's going to keep it somewhat kind of together. And since they're all kind of like coming from the same place, that once we get this settled in, it shouldn't be too much of a deal. I can actually grab this. I hate that you can't reverse belts. I really wish you could. Now I gotta look back here every time. But it's all okay. So we have this here, and then we're just going to run up ahead real quick and then place it again. Okay, I just have to be a little bit mindful because these things do not go nearly as far as they should, but it's going to be okay. I wish it was like the, what are those called? Like the power towers or whatever? Where you can just like make something that has them go like longer distance. Like a long distance belt. I don't know, like a train or something. If only this game had trains, man, it would be a lot easier to do what I'm trying to do. So we're about halfway right now, which just goes down the bend and goes down a little bit further. But this is a lot more organized than it would be any other way. It's not the perfect system, for sure, but it's definitely a lot better than kind of just rapidly snaking all these through here. I just wish we had a blueprint for this. This would be way easier to do. Having to kind of place these conveyor lifts, not the conveyor lifts, the conveyor poles every like section is really kind of getting annoying, for sure. But we have this like little section here that goes up and then it goes down, and then once we come around that little corner there, we should be able to see the exit. So we don't have to do this for much longer. We are over the hump, and we are in the final stretch, as there is our concrete base right there. I am dying. I really thought this was going to be pushing it too far, but this apparently goes right here. We're going to grab all of this. And we are hopefully finally done belting all this stuff out of this cave. If I can figure out how to get this to click. There we go. So now we have this up here. This is a nice little platform that we built below our steel stuff up there, which that's going to be a whole thing. We're going to leave this elevator right here so they can actually get up here. We don't have to move it too much. It's not the end of the world. We still have our miters and everything down that way. We just have to do a bunch of stuff with this stuff now, which is going to be extremely complicated because this is 240, 240, and then another 120 on top of that. So that is, I can't do the numbers in my head. That's definitely wrong. Okay, you know what? Just, it's a number, and we're going to figure it out here in a second. Okay, so I had a lot of caffeine today, and work was a lot, so that means that I'm going to justify doing something really, really stupid. And you guys obviously can't stop me from doing it, but you may go, what the hell are you doing? So basically the way I'm going to break this down is with the two quartz recipes you have 22.5, and the other one comes out to 37.5. Now when you add those together, and if you're better at math than me, you will quickly come to that as 60 per minute, which means you have 240, you have 4 sets of those. So if you were to have 8 constructors as like a manifold, and you were to have half of them be like this side being the silica, and then the other half being the crystal quartz or whatever, then you can just bust the outline or the back side of it, so it'll all be one line. And then on the front side, you'll just merge 4 this way and then 4 this way. You'll have storage here and storage there. That's the idea behind what we're doing, which sounds like really confusing and complicated. Now, the only problem with that is this is only one of those lines. Now, we still have a second line, so we're going to have 8 more of these. And then on top of that, we will have another 4 in the center. And then we also do the little SAM node, which is going to be one of them, so that's not really that big of a deal. But we're going to have a total of 20 constructors here just to process this amount of quartz, and I'm not even going to begin to think about outputs because it's going to be a ridiculous amount. Okay, this is a very big project, and it is really, really repetitive and very kind of straightforward. The important thing is I talked about having one merger go this way and one merger set going this way. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to kind of overlap them like this. So I'm in the middle right now. This is the 4th one, and we will take this Mark III belt and we will actually kind of force it right there, just to kind of go up, and then this will continue on the lower level as well. So then you'll have one section on the lower part, which can kind of go off to whatever crate you want, and then this other section will kind of follow right along top of these mergers that we have. So we can place this here, and then if we take our Mark III belt, you can kind of click this little section right here, and then that's how we're going to handle kind of the output. The reason why we're doing that is this means that we can put our manifolds on one side, so our splitters are actually all coming from over here. So you'll have splitting and kind of logistics belt for the resources coming in on this side, and then on the other side you'll have your finished products. And that should help kind of organize everything a little bit better. This is mostly set up at this point. It just needs all the recipes and the power, and then we have to do the same thing for this one, and then we have to do another 4, and then we have to do the SAM, which is just a lot, and I'm kind of uncomfortable because I feel like the power grid's going to shut off because we are already at like yeah, real close to shutting down everything, which is going to be a huge problem. So no, dude, we're for sure about to shut this thing down. Okay, it is definitely time for me to go to bed. I have a huge headache, but we're going to keep working through this and kind of finishing out this. This is almost to a point that it looks disgusting, and I hate it. I'm going to fix this later on, for sure. This is not going to stay like this forever. I am only going to run 2 lines right now because I am honestly quite worried that we're going to kill the power grid. So we're just going to hook all this stuff up and just see if it all works the way it's supposed to. So we're going to put this here, and then we're going to put this there, and we've got lights everywhere. And then now we've got to let this run. It is going to bust, so it's not going to, or sorry, manifold, so it's not going to be perfect right away. As you can see, this is already going to run out of stuff very quickly. At the very least, we can begin to see our crystal quartz coming. There's our silica. It takes a little bit longer to get down here, but you can see that's starting to go in there. And this is really a kind of wacky way to do stuff, but it's working slowly but surely, and that's the important part. And now that we have silica for the first time automated, we can run in here real quick. We can go to the quartz. We can finally unlock our beloved Blade Runners. I'm also going to grab this because this is really important for me to get here. The inventory slots are going to be much
Blade Runners
appreciated. I've been kind of running out of
Equipped to
stuff
run
left and right.
faster, jump with greater force, and decrease fall damage that might otherwise have lowered your value to fix it.
Lowered my value to fix it. Whatever. I will take the movement stuff. That's what the important stuff is. And then she's going to insult me again because she loves
Pocket
to do
dimension now extra dimensionalized with additional dimensional capacity.
it. Wait, what the? What did she just say? Pocket dimensional. I'm not even going to try to repeat that. That was a lot of words. Let's throw this in here. We're going to lock our crystal oscillators. We can't do anything with this yet. But like I was talking about before, it's really, really important for us to get this unlocked kind of sooner rather than later. I'm going to automate this. I'm not going to wait until I get to the radio controller units like I did last time and kind of screw myself over. So I took a little bit of a break to kind of rest my mind and kind of refocus on everything. I took a little bit of a shower, kind of relaxed a little bit, took a break for the numbers. This, over the course of like a 15-20 minute shower, just completely filled up all the way because we were getting like, I don't know, like 450 something of this. I think the silica is the bigger number, which is 37.5, and we have 8 of those, so we're getting 300 per minute, which is quite a bit. Just completely filled this up, and then this one got mostly filled up, and we don't even need this stuff. This is mostly a crafting thing, so I could probably throw this down the drain, honestly. I don't know why I did this. The silica stuff's for the windows, which is good. So we just set this up with some like basic awesome sync stuff just so they can continue to run and get us oodles and oodles of points. This stuff is fairly pricey in terms of kind of what we had before, and we should start getting coupons a little bit faster. So now that we figured out all this, our next step is to kind of head up there and work on that a little bit, and very closely watch the power grid because we are getting dangerously close to shutting this down. I haven't checked it out since I've put on all this stuff. We are literally at the limit. We are just past it, so we need to figure out how to make some more power. And I think that we're going to do that by our next little project. All right, I had to refuel and grab some more stuff to kind of build what I needed to. Wait, I got more space. Let me go back and get some more stuff. So I'm grabbing stuff, but I got my Blade Runners now, and I feel like I am playing this game on like 1,000 speed. I can jump so high, I can soar. I can't slide up a hill still, but I can jump really, really fast, and this is like so relieving just to be able to dip around here so quickly now. Oh my god, I'm gonna jump off everything. All right, let me get some more stuff, and then I will jump cut to where we need to be. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. There's an easy way to do this. Alright, so we're over here at this little sulfur node, which is impure, which isn't that good. We are going to scan for... Ooh, we get SAM now, but we are going to scan for coal to see how close it is, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be that stuff over there, which means we're going to need to set up some sort of logistics, which is like a whole nother way bigger project. Yeah, so there's not really coal around here. The only good news is we really don't need a whole lot of this sulfur stuff. The main thing that we came over here is not for the bombs. If we go into the research thing in the MAM, down to sulfur, right here we have experimental power generation, which I believe down here is going to be the geyser stuff. So we're going to go down this little pathway and see what is the cost going to be for all this stuff. Because if I can get this kind of cheap and not do like, before it was the supercomputers, which was like really a lot, and if we could just get like, if we just put some sulfur stuff into this, then we can gather some sulfur here, and we'll go put down some geysers. I know there's some locations along this way that will kind of help us get set up. And there's one over there. There's a lot in this area, so that should help us get a nice bit of power in the early game. It just kind of depends on what all this is. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and research this real quick. And Ada is going to immediately start screaming into my headset, but it's all good. This unlocks compacted coal and turbo fuel,
Research
which
completed.
leads me to believe that this
Experimental
stuff
power
isn't
generation
actually
research options are now available.
what we're looking for. So like turbo fuel is great, and I get why that's there. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was like that before. I'm just dumb and forgot about it. Where is it then? Is it still in the Caterium? I'm really starting to confuse myself because before it's not there. It's got to be down here, right? How do you unlock the geyser stuff? Okay, so I thought it through. I'm dumb. I don't know why I thought it'd be any different, but I'm thinking that if we unlock this, come on, do the thing, then this right here isn't going to show up. But I'm pretty sure this is my geyser thing that I need. But I need to get to plastic at least, so I think I still need computers and stuff, which is kind of really unfortunate because that means that we can't fix our power grid yet. Which means we have to come up with another sort of solution, which ultimately means we got to build more of that plant over there. So I think we're just going to hunker down and end the episode right here. Hopefully it's probably a little bit shorter. I don't know what the actual recording number was. I think total recording is like 30, but I got to trim it down a lot. Either way, sorry for the quick episode. There was a lot of stuff that we got done and a lot of things to accomplish. Now we just have to fix everything that we just messed up. Okay. Have a good night, and I will see you soon.